I don't give a fuck. I don't like playing that bitch like I want to. But no, that ain't true because once that bitch down low, you can always go in there and play what you call. You can play that ditch, you know what I'm saying? That ain't true. That ain't true. But I want to get that bitch right there. That bitch ain't up what, 3 strong? Like 400? Yeah, that bitch 400. I'm gonna get it. I'll probably get it when they come out. They say they're gonna have a bigger ship coming right after the
We are just outside of the French Quarter. Mercedes-Benz Super Bowl. The sound in this dome just serves to amplify the excitement that folks in New Orleans as their Saints burst from the tunnel a moment ago. They're set, and we'll smash well as the Saints will do battle with the Carolina Panthers. A short kick taken at the 18. Lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Panthers take over first and 10.
You got the Knights, that's another one. And then you got the Wildcats. Once you claim a set, you got to go on that.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Well, sit here, I'm gonna call you right back, man. How's your phone?
This one complete to Curtis Samuel.
You don't know what that was? Somebody's glad.
They're getting this one across the 40.
That was the thing they told you.
He was out there waving his arms. He got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help. I guess we'll get
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their route, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
And he'll get out near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. He'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Nice little nifty play from there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize
He does like his feeling like
get picked up in coverage easily. I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice first down.
Well, we love to say get those backs into space, right? They were able to do that. Touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first quarter lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game. Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction.
Well, I don't feel like burning no engine when I knew it was going to be cold.
On the sideline, you got a problem on your hands.
The defenders hate it.
So you going to turn the fan on the room and
Resulted in a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep.
Let's go to see.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Let's see what the fuck going on, man. What's down?
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here first and 10 at their own 22. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
I don't trust you. I don't trust you. Fuck this shit.
A first carry down. This is Alvin Kamara.
How the fuck Kamara? All right. To the line.
18-yard line. 2 yards the loss. Second and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
At the 19-yard line.
Here's Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Put the pressure in there.
Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. That's short first down at the 24-yard line.
My fault. Let's go.
There's so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. It's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave me underneath stuff. You gotta go with it.
Check out.
Forced down to his left. And they're not able to pick up there. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket.
Whoa.
Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Down, that leads to a 2nd and 10. Now DiNucci. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards there, first down.
And it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good
So not checking. That's all.
Humming here in the early going.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's your big ass out. You ain't got to rush. You ain't got to rush. Make everything come to it.
Here's DiNucci to throw. They'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there.
Big ass got to rush.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the 34-yard.
Why the fuck you? Why is this game glitching like that?
Tackles made at the Saints' 17-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
First down, Carolina.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Eat the middle.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those.
Madden being Madden.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he will push his way forward down about the 3-yard line.
From that fucking line back there.
On the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
He's already scored once. He definitely had his eyes wide open trying to get in there a 2nd time, but I thought that was a really nice play defensively to deny him.
Yeah, it was, as you said, keeping him away from his 2nd first-quarter touchdown there.
Fuck what he talking about. I know where the ball coming.
Again, McCaffrey. And he takes it into the end zone for Landers' touchdown. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first-quarter lead. And off it goes. Now this will make it into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here, so get this up to the 29.
The Saints take over.
All did.
At their own 29-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of the game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy. You understand the same way, just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went 3 and out.
Have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first round.
Let's go.
And he gets this to the 30.
2nd quarter, baby.
For a gain of 5.
Yeah, right.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
That shit that give me right here, that fucking pop.
14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Saints nothing.
Catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now Breeze. They'll set up the screen to
Montgomery, you look good, bitch. Montgomery, you looking real good, boy.
It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards.
First and 10 at the 49.
First down, here's the run to Montgomery. A 6-yard gain gets him right around the 45.
I can run that bitch again, yeah.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down at 4. Breeze gets this one complete to Trey.
With a big friend. I see where you headed at. I see you like me in that middle. I see what you like. I see what you like, my friend. I see what you like, my friend. You like that middle, my friend.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun.
I ran tape from home.
About the 35-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Well, that's just the way it goes.
From the 35 on second down. Breeze.
You had to take the hit. You had to take the hit because you have the pocket.
Brian Burns.
But we good.
It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
Third down.
Sweet.
Third and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here. Shotgun now for Breeze. It's caught on the right side of Smith. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. On fourth down, off goes Drew Brees, and on comes the Saints kicker, Will Lutz, for the field goal attempt. From the right hash, this...
Bam! Get that bitch in there. What it is? What it is? Run from the pass? I'm going to accept that. That's no team.
And I always enjoy the conversation.
Loving that.
Because officials always tell you, I
I'm
don't
loving that.
but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So a special teams mistake on the field goal try leads to a new set of downs inside the red zone. Following the penalty, it's Kamara. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now Breeze throwing on second down. That's complete.
Touchdown, bitch. Yeah. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Alvin Kamara, his fourth touchdown on the year. And the Saints
Wow, I missed that bitch.
score. And that one makes it 14-7.
Ooh. I slid that bitch past the cheek up. Oh, that meter, we got the meter going slow. Other than these niggas got the meter going super fast. We got the hit. We got the first hit on the outside.
He's past the 30. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they
You know what he like to do now?
The Panthers out there
In the
ready
box.
to begin their next drive.
The 5 of them niggas in the box.
Hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Taking a shot for Samuel.
No, D, Lord. Them some fucking DBs right there, you hear me? Them some fucking DBs right there. Them bitches nice with it.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
I know what I want from him.
Janucci. What a diving catch there. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
13 yards.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is
That bitch gonna come out next play. I swear to God, that bitch gonna come out. Wham, we gonna drop that bitch on the ground next fucking play. Shit right there. Nah, I dare you to run 22 through this motherfucking gap. I swear to God, he gonna fumble this bitch.
Now on first down, he'll drop the throw. That's to McCaffrey, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First down, Panthers.
They'll look to throw here on first down. This is caught at the 8. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of 2 there, second down. Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. And he will push his way forward down about the 3-yard line. After getting stuffed on the first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. That's out to the left and complete. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
23.
And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now. 17-7. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they
He was wide. He was wide on that return. We should have done him.
and yeah, points went against them.
I'm not gonna. Don't try to get all that bad.
25-yard line.
Fire up.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
Fuck that safety.
Maybe they should. Maybe
One
they
safety
should sit on
sit.
it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively.
Let a linebacker chase you.
Go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit. It's pressure comes in.
He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, it's Breeze.
Grab that bitch.
Done by Trey Boston. And this goes in back at the closing you could possibly have. First and goal from the 1. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And he is here. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
It's a lot more. That's mistake football, man. Fuck. Mistake football. Fuck, Drew Brees, bitch ass can't stand up in the fucking pocket. Man, we gonna get some money. Let's break this shit up right now.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. This will make it into the end zone. Cannot get this out to the 25-yard.
I didn't get enough black on that side.
The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Don't do nothing to the ball.
First and 10, here's Breeze.
How the fuck he got back there fast?
Derek Brown, the big rookie, in there to drop him for the loss. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out, and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, the sack resulted.
He'll get this one way out just shy of the 35-yard line. A game there of 30 big ones. 44-yard. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara.
75. Andrews Pete, you gotta get that hidden, man. Fuck, man, I don't have me out till like this shit.
Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in what you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week. You must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them the short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
That shit happen all the time. Them tips fucking passing. Ooh, they got Dante Jackson out shit like that too.
45-yard line. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing. They're going to be counted on to try to hold that score, at least where it is.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
And the Panthers first down.
It's Anderson, but it's intercepted.
Fat boy. Fat boy. Oh, why he threw that bitch? You were supposed to be running until you can't run no more. There you go, dance, nigga, dance. Dance.
And there's two schools of thought on it. With that type of lead, maybe
Fuck that. Just to give me some more fucking hope. Bitch, I got the best running back in the league. Let's go, man. Let's go. No, D, we about to ride this motherfucking train.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Now Breeze on the bootleg.
If it was never a better time to run the motherfucker, that was the fucking time. If I ain't never played Madden and never ran a fucking bootleg, that was the fucking time to run.
Coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion.
Man, fuck that nigga defense, man. Fuck that defense. Somebody got some nice little.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. And this is
I should have.
all afternoon as they
What I want, I can't have all the time. That's what I got to remember. What I want, I can't always have.
At the 48-yard line.
That's just life. What I want, I can't have. And I wanted that fucking that bounce inside. So what you? He gonna cover him. He ain't got no choice.
on 2nd and 11 now. Breeze.
Oh, come on, Breeze.
Traquan Smith, the intended receiver. And it's
Damn it, man.
I like the look of that play right from the beginning.
Fuck.
I thought he should have seen the coverage that was there, tried to force it in. That one he's fortunate, just fell incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Ah.
Breeze gonna throw.
Ain't hell no. What he was in? He's sitting in something. Cover 3. He was in cover 3.
Making his presence felt on the sack. Here's Thomas Morstead now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the
Keep the middle
interception,
comfortable.
they can put together on this drive.
I hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches,
Man, that's the same shit Dallas did, man. This nigga tripping.
And maximizing opportunities.
That's the same shit Dallas did last weekend. Did that fucking reverse nigga cut right and left.
It's Danucci. They'll roll him out right. Lines up and lets it go for
My nigga. My nigga. He gonna play the ball. He gonna play that motherfucker ball.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get
We
high.
won that.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
That's his favorite play.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Carolina 1st down and a gain of 16.
First down.
I don't know her, man. That's his favorite play. It's a run play.
Throwing is Danucci. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And they'll get to it after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Complete to
We're able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
the 2nd and 3. At the Saints 47-yard line.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he's got this down to the 35.
Move that shit, too.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Christian McCaffrey. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. At the Saints 29-yard line.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey.
Come on, man. Can't bring him down by himself,
To
dog.
the 29. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Panthers out in front and in control of the football as well as we begin quarter number 4. Here's the 7th play in this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey.
What the fuck is we doing?
And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Sit right there. Sit right there. Don't fucking move, Davis. Don't move.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now DiNucci.
Why the fuck I even put that man out there? I don't never see it.
DJ Moore, his 5th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead, and now they're leading more comfortable.
And your first thought is a bad one. Went into this one ahead of time that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like it. But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play?
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And ultimately could not get this out to the 25-yard line as he's at the 24.
At their own 23-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. And a pass complete here to Sanders. Get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
They about to wake up. They right there talking. I know you hear.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Breeze. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
At the 45-yard line.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
If I can hear y'all all the way over here, or I can hear y'all right fucking there. And y'all wake up extra, keep the fuck out of both of y'all. Now, who they gonna keep back on?
Throwing on 2nd and long. Breeze. Rifles one, it's intercepted. Rookie Jeremy Chin.
You hear the you see that? Now, go get it.
That's a start of the game. They've been suffocating all the game long on defense.
All the time. All the fucking time.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped
kicker stop.
where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
25-yard line.
Told him to come back from like, I'm toy.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now Breeze to try again after the pick 6. We'll get this one underneath to Kamara. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's a throw that's taken in by the tight end Cook. No gain that time on the completion.
Well, you don't know me like that.
The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4, and he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He's finding Camaro.
So he's scared of that motherfucking milk.
Pick up on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 12.
Now Breeze on 3rd down.
You're enough.
Hope he can make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Breeze. And Breeze is intercepted for the 3rd time. TJ Green with a pick. Touchdown Panthers.
We'll go back and continue to who the fuck was those? Who the fuck was those? Somebody had to, two people had to go. You got a fucking call. See, you got a cornerback coming down, man. Go back, look at this shit again, man.
At the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will make it into the end zone.
I got it.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
That nigga, I can't put him on donut like that. Look at this something.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans
See some positive
offense.
shit.
They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost, it was over, right? But the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
What the fuck is he playing? It's very man.
They'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Okay. Let's see what the fuck he
Get
doing.
7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Linebacker. They blitz high. Seven against 5. So we can fuck with that. Let's see what they got going.
Shotgun now for Breeze.
Come on. Oh, fuck y'all not on the right page. I'm looking at the fucking camera.
And it's started short.
That's it back up.
Put it mildly for him, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference,
1,
this
2.
team's got a lot of questions.
Okay, so he's
and
moving
definitely
back.
got a lot of answers.
No, run that shit.
Breeze going to try and throw on 3rd down. But it's caught on the right side of Smith. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. The completion there
I want to see what kind of defense he fucking with. I ain't gonna worry about no first.
timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Shit, bitch, we got that.
It's Camara.
You ain't worrying about that.
Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
That, like, for real. He's supposed to be there. Go fuck.
Breeze now.
See that shit? He's supposed to be there. So who the fuck? He got a safety over the top. The cornerback didn't go to the ball.
This one is gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
No. Yeah.
Breeze again here on 2nd and 10.
Why is he slow?
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
One final try here for Breeze. He's going to let it fly. His pass is intercepted.
Breeze ain't got it, though. Breeze ain't got it. Breeze ain't got it. Breeze ain't got it.
What were they clicking on offense?
They can't help but feel great themselves, can they? I mean, what a game. You put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball, and things are working and clicking. They think they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Panthers, win moves them up to 5-2 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Saints, the loss here back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to do that next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. I'm Brandon Gunn. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Some of you really don't lie to me.
At Rooms To Go, you get both. Great sale prices and 60-month interest-free financing. Now during the Rooms To Go holiday sale.
Spencer Callahan, it's game time, prime time, Fox 8.
From Fox 8 Sports, this is the 2-Minute Drill, a Louisiana sports update sponsored by Community Coffee. Taste the difference family makes. Visit CommunityCoffee.com for more.
Hello everyone, I'm Juan PK. The Saints and Bucks have played each other before, but the Black and Gold took the first meeting in week 1. Fast forward 8 weeks, both are better than they were back then, especially the Bucks, who've added Antonio Brown to their roster, and they've got the game's oldest quarterbacks here as well. Drew Brees and Tom Brady still playing very good football in their 40s.
We both play on very good teams, for very good organizations, for great coaches, great systems, great players around us. So just grateful for the opportunity to compete, grateful that we're in a situation where we're battling here in the division.
We'll be right back.
My great-grandfather named it community, just out of appreciation and respect for his friends and neighbors. And for 100 years, our family has been about 2 things: great tasting coffee and great people. And as America's #1 family-owned retail coffee brand, we believe it's our responsibility to continue to give them the best tasting coffee experience possible. And it's why we're excited for you to discover your new favorite blend. Look for community coffee at a store near you.
The Pelicans are thinking about trading Drew Holiday, and according to a report from The Athletic, they're listening to offers from a number of contending teams. Holiday's been with the Pels the last 7 seasons, and he's seen as one of the best two-way players in the league. He has 2 years left on his current contract. Back to the gridiron, where we've got more football on Fox 8 coming your way this weekend. Started off Fox 8 Football Friday at 10:35. Come Sunday, the defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs head to Carolina for a new kickoff. Not only will we wrap up the weekend on the final play, we'll have a heavy dose of Saints post-game coverage as well from Tampa Bay. And of course, we've got Saints news at your convenience on the final play app. Enjoy the second half.
From Fox 8 Sports, this has been the 2-Minute Drill, a Louisiana sports update sponsored by Community Coffee. Taste the difference family makes. Visit CommunityCoffee.com for more. Local weather comes first, and so do you. Fox 8, local first.
For Adams downfield, and a catch. Touchdown. And this one is up for grabs and picked off. Rodgers going to air it out. There he is. Valdez-Scantling for the touchdown. That was tonight's game flow, brought to you by Progressive. 21-3 here at the half. Second half about to begin. 49ers will get the ball to start this second half. I'm Joe Buck. That's the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman. And let's talk about what we saw. We saw, I think, a really strong showing by the Green Bay Packers on offense, and the undermanned 49ers need to establish something now that they have the ball here to start the second half.
Yeah, they do, and I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. I think it's proven to be just a little bit too much for them. I mean, they've just tried to scale everything back as best they could. There in that first half, they had 5 offensive possessions, 3 3-and-outs, and then the interception. And that's just not, you can't do that against this Green Bay team with Aaron Rodgers and their ability to go down and score. They hung in there. There were some plays there in that first half that had they been able to make them defensively, then we've got an entirely different ball game when they've gotten in some third downs and then fourth downs. But this, we'll see. I know that Kyle Shanahan was talking about it, and he's just simply trying to put these players in a position where they can line up and know what to do. And you can only imagine how much they're thinking and trying to execute.
J.K. Scott will kick it away. And on the return, it's Austin Walter for 33. Let's send it down to the field and check in with Christina Payne.
Well, hey, Joe, on the injuries front for the 49ers, safety Jaquaski Tart is questionable with a foot injury. No easy task trying to contain Aaron Rodgers and his Packers offense. Kyle Shanahan pleased so far with his defense, that these guys have done a good job. They just suffered from some unfortunate penalties. He needs the offense to move out. He said we had our opportunities and kept repeating. These guys are grinding out there, and they had that one call back, and also the staff giving up some protection.
Here's one that is knocked down by Preston Smith. Had visions of a pick six. Yeah, he did. He was just standing right there. They're trying to throw this slant route in behind him. Here's big Preston Smith. And he recognizes what's happening, and that read option, or the run pass option, excuse me, and he's
thinking, that's that, running in for a touchdown. A big tree right in front of the lane where you're trying to put the ball.
Second down and 10. Mullins throws, and the pass is incomplete with a flag. That'll be on Josh Jackson as he interfered with the tight end Ross Dwelly.
Good call. There's 37, Josh Jackson. Dwelly, he's running that middle.
Defense number 37. Fun foul. Automatic first down.
Nice job when Juszczyk missed time at fullback last year, then they were able to use Dwelly. He's a versatile guy too. They put him then at that fullback position, but now, with Kittle, he's going to get a lot of looks to show what he can do.
We saw Jair Alexander leave, getting checked for concussion going into the locker room. Here is the toss at Hasty. Really good penetration by Savage. A loss of 2. Give us more about the Packers, Aaron.
Matt LaFleur said he thought his team played decent in the first half. He said it took his defense a while to get going, but thought they did after Preston Smith got pressure on Nick Mullins and they were able to create an interception there. I asked him what he expects from these two coaches he knows so well, and he said, I know Robert Saleh is going to stay aggressive, and he said, as for Kyle Shanahan, he's going to stay patient, and we need to adjust because he's going to try to find some holes and let these guys do something.
So Jair Alexander is out now officially with a concussion. Here's the pressure. Pass is caught by Dwelly, and he's brought to the ground immediately by Ty Summers. Third down coming up after a gain of 7. So the corners now are Chandon Sullivan and Josh Jackson. King inactive, still dealing with that quad injury. Alexander lost in the first half with a head injury.
You got a
reschedule for me. Was one of those chances where Kyle Shanahan wanting to get a big shot down the field, and it looked like they might have had it down the middle, but just rushed. Nick Mullins is back in the pocket.
Going to college, but you ain't right there. Don't it sound like a repeat? Don't it sound like a type of thing? You see the dumb shit? Y'all don't understand. You need to handle your business.
Trent Taylor read this right because
so everything these people talking about, you know about it. You're supposed to be a team.
And Mullins is expecting him to
so
continue to run out.
What time you supposed to be a team?
I mean, that's either intercepted by Holman or quite a collision and a headache for Trent Taylor. It looked like he read it right.
Spinning punt.
What do you see?
Inside 10 and bounds into the end zone. 57-yard punt, but into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes 12, up by 18.
Sweetheart, do my forearms look bigger?
They look the same.
I've been spinning faster recently. I think they're getting bigger. I'm feeling them.
Yeah, they kind of feel bigger.
Yeah, cool.
Switch to Progressive and you can save hundreds. You know, like the sign says.
For those who dare to search, there are places where wild still exists. Where phrases like survival of the fittest still ring true. Raw, unforgiving. This is where Toyota TRD Pro calls home. Toyota. Football was a passion, then turned into an obsession. Until one day I became an optometrist that watches a lot of football. Pencils were made for football. Watches.
Time to make your disappointing breakfast your Xmas. Because Wendy's has your new breakfast lunch. With a fresh cut egg on every sandwich and crispy oven-baked bacon, you'll be telling everybody about the new breakfast you're seeing at Wendy's. Hurry in for the breakfast of your dreams today.
The fight for racial equality is complex. Consider access to education and mentorship. The act of each one teaching one is critical. With 135,000 kids and big brothers, big sisters, These NFL brothers decided to teach more than that.
If we can see it,
We can see it.
It takes all of us to end racism in Brooklyn. Keep moving the sticks.
All new Friday Night SmackDown at 8 Eastern on Fox.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Second year for Matt LaFleur on the right as head coach of the Green Bay Packers. 18-5 regular season, 1-1 in the postseason, and his brother Mike is the pass game coordinator for the 49ers. So with all the unknowns that were bouncing around yesterday, there was a lot of communication between these two coaching staffs. So whether this game would actually be played or not, Packers left Wisconsin at 4:15 in the afternoon just to make sure that it was still on before they headed out here to Northern California. Here we are, and they have an 18-point lead. Their first possession of this second half.
And you just start to think, I'm not saying that any of this is on Nick Mullins, because it's not. But I'm just kind of wondering if Kyle Shanahan looks at this and thinks that maybe you give C.J. Beathard an opportunity, and if maybe he can't give a little bit of a spark to the offense. They've really struggled. They had the one field goal drive, and other than that, they really have not done much more.
Here is Aaron Jones. Got around Eric Armstead, but that just redirected him into the arms of Kerry Hyder. No gain. Third and long coming up.
Kerry Hyder there to finish it off, and he's one of those players that's gotten a lot of opportunity. He's made the most of it. He leads the team with 4.5 sacks coming into this game, and he's done a nice job. This is a chance now for this 49ers defense to make a play, get the ball back to their offense with decent field position.
Third down and 7, pump fake, and wide open is Adams. Hit in stride, and trying to stay in bounds, cannot. They're going to mark him out at the 28, but that little pump fake throws the defense, and Adams ran right by Harris and Durant. Yes, there it goes. And right there is Durant. He fights on it. He's thinking it's a good call by Matt LaFleur because he's thinking he's just going to go to the team. Right there where that first down marker is, and that's exactly where Devontae Adams, where he's stuttering, and Durant jumps on it. There it is, and it's just a really good call right there on third and medium to get Durant to throw. Season long for Devontae Adams, 49 yards. That was 3 completions for Rodgers tonight of 35 plus as Hyder makes that step on Jones. Adams stepping out of bounds and no gain as well. And Rodgers will be letting them know about that on the plane ride back to Green Bay as well. Chance to get another touchdown pass. 1 tonight, 8 on the year, leads the league. Yeah. Adams, however, is for the 19th time over 100 yards in this ballgame. Another little pump fake. The pass is caught. Jones, Warner. And a little pushing and shoving after the fact, a gain of 3. Robert Saleh, the defensive coordinator, he's just caught in a real bind. I mean, it's a nice luxury when you have those guys that can rush the passer the way that they've had, last year on their route all the way to the Super Bowl, and now they just don't have it. And so you have to then decide, okay, well, are you going to bring pressure? And if you do, you're leaving your guys out there one-on-one. I think that's the next thing he's going to have to do, because they've just not been able to get any kind of pressure and make Rodgers uncomfortable. They're down in 3. Blitz. Caught. He's making moves and ends up out of bounds for the first down. So they bring a blitz. Rodgers gets really good in the for 11 to Devontae Adams.
Yeah, he's awfully good at knowing where he needs to get the ball to when he's faced with pressure. And this 49ers defense, on first and second downs, they're not a big blitzing team, but on third down, they are. They bring it about as much as anybody. And they've gotten the Packers now to a couple third downs. They just haven't been able to make the stop to get off the field.
On first and goal, Rodgers backpedaling, fires, hits his tight end, Sternberger, and Diggs will get blocked. Alshire and Barrett combined for the stop to bring up second and goal.
When you touched on it earlier, Joe, the way that just Aaron Rodgers being in such a good place, you know, and even when they didn't go out, he was hopeful, as was Devontae Adams, that they maybe would be able to pick somebody up to help out the offense. It didn't happen. And he just said, hey, I'm going to worry about the things that I can control. He feels good about the way he's playing. He likes what they're doing offensively, and he's just kind of taking this defense apart very methodically tonight.
Here's Adams. Getting stride, and he takes it down to the long third and goal. Well, I was talking to Aaron. He said, I had a decision to make. I could get upset, as he probably would have been in the past. Butted heads with management. I mean, simple things like wanting to keep Jake Kumerow on the roster, or a wide receiver he really trusted. They cut him. He's now in Buffalo's practice squad. They're glad to bring in the young quarterback, Jordan Love, instead of another receiver to complement Devontae Adams. And he said, I'm just going to go control what I can control, make these guys realize, in essence, how good he is. He has done that. He's done it with a smile on his face for the most part. Pass is caught. Back in the end zone, second and 9 for Valdez-Scantling.
Well, Aaron Rodgers is going to like this because it's exactly what Rodgers wanted him to do. Once he gets out and Valdez-Scantling is working the back line, and as a quarterback, you're just saying, come back out of it, work that back line. Here's what he does. He comes up the field, and you're seeing as he works back. And then, even with the little grab there of the face mask, it looks like Garrett got a hold of him, but he gets the separation that Rodgers was looking for, and it's an easy touchdown throw.
If you ask Aaron Rodgers what's been missing with Valdez-Scantling, he says confidence. Not a lack of ability, confidence. He's got 2 touchdowns tonight, maybe adding to his confidence. Green Bay now on 25 in Santa Clara.
Give everyone something to look up to. Go Highlander Hybrid. Toyota. Let's go places.
Black Friday used to mean deals gone in a flash. That was Black Friday then. This is Black Friday now. Target has deals all November, with new deals each week. In-store and on Target.com. It's Black Friday now at Target.
Howdy, folks. Colonel Sanders here to make dinner time a little easier. Meal times can be overwhelming, especially when you're trying to work, earn, and help with the schooling all at once. So let us help with KFC's $20 fill-ups. It's like a home-cooked meal you don't have to cook. Drive-thru's open or get contactless delivery.
Pressed gum detoxified.
My gums are irritated. I don't have to worry about that. Do I?
Harmful bacteria lurk just below the gum line. Crest Gum Detoxify works below the gum line to neutralize harmful plaque bacteria and help reverse early gum damage. Crest.
Pac-12 football returns at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, as sophomore standout Keaton Slovis and the USC Trojans take on Arizona State. A
part of Big News Saturday. Coverage begins at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific on Fox.
Jimmy Garoppolo limped away after 3 quarters last week in Seattle. George Kittle lost with a broken bone in his foot, out for 8 weeks at least. Same game, and Nick Bosa way back in week 2 at the Jets with a torn ACL, the 2019 NFL Defensive Rookie of the Year. Just scratching the surface, but those are 3 major players unavailable to the 49ers tonight. Packers are showing all that they can do now. This one just stops inside the 20, and it's returned by Austin Walter. And it is Mullins back out of quarterback. I'm with you. You could make a case, and it's a 25-point game now. Might be too late, but C.J. Beathard, who took over for Nick Mullins week 4 here against Philly on Sunday night. After second interception was thrown by Mullins that night, returned for a touchdown, and Beathard gave a little shot of life to the offense, but it's still Mullins from the 30. Here's a toss to McKinnon. A nice run of about 9. Amos with a tackle.
Yeah, and I think that what goes into that decision, Joe, it'd be one thing. I mean, hey, Kyle Shanahan has put Nick Mullins on the bench, like you said. I mean, against Philadelphia when he struggled, but I think he recognizes what he's having to deal with himself, and going forward, that Nick Mullins is going to give them the best chance. Well, let him get these reps, see what he can do with these other players.
Nice move in the backfield, and very close to first down yardage is McKinnon. And they give him a first down. Time now for key collaborations presented by Microsoft Teams. By Raven Green. That led to a touchdown, and there's more collaboration. With Mercedes Lewis left alone, Aaron Rodgers found him, and Rodgers has thrown 4 touchdowns tonight, no picks, and just 5 incompletions. Mullins throws, and this one was telegraphed. McKinnon is thrown down, and they're going to throw the flag on Jack Jackson.
He got a little physical there at the end of that play, Joe, unnecessarily, and that's what they're going to call. He ends up kind of picking him up, slamming him to the ground.
Defense number 37. 15-yard penalty.
Josh Jackson, he's had an interesting path as well during his career. Here he was a second-round pick in 2018 out of Iowa. Got a lot of play time in 2018 as a rookie, had 10 starts, and then hasn't really gotten a whole lot of playing time. We've seen more from him this year because of the injury to Kevin King, but he gets a chance to kind of show what he can do. They had to give him a little bit more help at times, and
Here's Cross out. And Mullins is hit from behind by Zadarius Smith. And Green Bay's got it. And boy, have they been working over that side of the offensive line and Justin School.
Yeah, they sure have. And as we said, Justin School's in there playing because of Trent Williams not active tonight, and he's given up 3 sacks now in this game.
It's a takeaway for this Packers defense. They have it up 25.
What's that mom put on? What's that mama?
Introducing the Toyota Venue Standard all-wheel drive. Toyota, let's go places.
Why are you trying to get it, huh?
deployed to Iraq, transitioning to Sergeant First Police, it wasn't so easy. I share my story to get people to see invisible
Tell mama.
heroes out there that fly, eagles fly.
You gonna be better than that. We got ready.
We appreciate what you've done for us, and what you're still doing to give back to the real heroes.
In all new, I Can See Your Voice.
Come in there, Bobby.
Justin School does, and Darius Smith is so good with his hands that he's just able to.
Come in there, Bobby.
I said that they've given up 3 sacks. That was the first. Giving up a few hits. They had McKinney pointed out. And you know, I would think anyway going forward on some of the seeing and or running back in the middle of it. Some help tonight. This has been a night with some more injuries for the Packers.
Yeah, let's start on the offense here. Offensive line has been shuffled quite a bit. Rick Wagner, who was playing right tackle, has a knee injury and he's out. Dexter Williams has a knee and he's out. And this has been a big reshuffle. Jenkins goes to left tackle, Billy Turner goes to right tackle, and John Runyon goes to left guard.
6th-round pick from Michigan. Second down and 1. Nice cut there by Hawks. Hit by Marcel Harris, but a gain of 5 and a first down. Good hole up front. You're right, Marcel Harris, he comes in and finishes them off, but not until after he's picked up the 5 yards. This Green Bay offense is pretty much now just kind of doing whatever it is they want. And there he is on the receiving end, out of bounds inside the 5. Alshire forced him out, a gain of 7, and there is just no answer, even though he is the big threat on the outside. Last week, Mike Zimmer really tried to sell out as much as he could to stop Davante Adams. He held him down to the yardage, but Adams still had 3 touchdowns. Well, that's right, and that was his 11th target. He's got 9 receptions, almost 140 yards. Houston Texans a couple weeks ago, they thought they'd play him one-on-one, and he about had 200 yards receiving in that game, and so Zimmer changed it up. Here's Irvin. Inside the 2. You know, what we've seen, though, is that you're not always going to get the ball down the field to Davante Adams, but we saw that wide receiver screen a couple plays earlier, and they get the ball to him. We saw that last one that they come out, they put him in the slot, he runs a quick out. You know, you can complete those type of things, you know, really anytime you want them. And then when you get him in 3rd and medium, then you saw the double move where he gets the big play up the field. And so they have done a good job of scheming ways to just to get him involved, get the ball in his hands. And down here, you're going to see a lot of one-on-ones, and he's good in tight spaces. And a delay of game call.
Right to the delay of game. First charge timeout.
We say this over and over, weekend after weekend, Thursday after Thursday, that the sideline called a timeout. And so no 5-yard penalty, and we're right back after this from State Farm.
Hey, Jake from State Farm, man. Thanks again for the Rogers rate on my insurance.
Here's the deal. There's no Rogers rate. State Farm just has surprisingly great rates.
Look, I know you don't offer it to just anyone, okay?
We do offer it to anyone. Literally anyone.
Our little secret.
Oh. Yeah. Oops. I can help with that. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Ball sitting at the 1, 3rd down and goal with 2 minutes left, quarter number 3. And Aaron Rodgers has not been bothered much by anything. They sacked once.
That's quite a call sheet he was reading off of that wrist. Looked like he better have pretty good eyesight. Small threat. Tells you that he's still not too old.
That's right. Rodgers throws, and he was under pressure from Eric Armstead. It's 4th and goal. The field goal unit will come on for Green Bay.
Aaron was wanting another touchdown pass. Like you said, he's got 4 on the night, was looking for his 5th.
And a 19-yard field goal coming up by Mason Crosby. Easy for Crosby, who's 10 for 10 on the year. And it's 31-3. Green Bay on top on a Thursday night in California.
There was a time when brothers riding together meant fighting for the front seat. For the wildest ride. For the best view. To be the first one there. Or to catch the biggest fish. Well, at least the battles for the front seat are over. Luckily, not much else has changed. Toyota.
Something's not right. Isn't it right?
You need a smaller TV or a bigger house.
Larry, why are you in the dining room?
Man, I can't watch that big old TV that close.
No, why are you in our dining room?
To tell you, Rocket Mortgage can help you plan for a bigger home. From down payments to closing costs, it's easy to explore what fits your budget.
I think we
need a bigger place.
Good idea.
Thank you.
If you need a home to fit the whole season, Rocket can.
I'm a Verizon engineer, and today we're turning on 5G across the country with a coverage of 5G nationwide, and in more cities, the unprecedented performance of ultra-wideband, the fastest 5G in the world. It will change your phone and how businesses do everything. I'm proud because we didn't build it the easy way. We built it right. This is the 5G America's been waiting for, only from Verizon. Local businesses are doing their part. Let's all do ours. Help protect your community. Tap to pay with Visa. Because where you shop matters.
Grab Taco Bell's Nachos Party Pack whenever you're dressing up to stay in or witnessing a miracle. Go big with delicious nachos topped with all your favorites. Nachos Party Pack, only at Taco Bell. Get yours with Taco Bell delivery.
Sunday on Fox, Patrick Mahomes leads the Chiefs touchdown against Teddy Bridgewater and the Panthers. What a play! Or the Raiders take on the Chargers. Wow. It all kicks off Sunday on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Great Herb Adderley passed away on October 30th. Bart Starr called him the best quarterback he had ever seen. 5-time first-team All-Pro, 6 titles. Fixture on Vince Lombardi's 5 championship teams, including the first 2 Super Bowls. Went on to win another with Dallas, and he was a Packer to the end. He refused to wear his Cowboys Super Bowl ring. One of the all-time greats. There is Scott just hitting it right into the arms of Dwelly, who turns in
Decent return out near the 40. Total Access, MJ Acosta-Ruiz in the group. Break down the latest news from around the league and preview Sunday's biggest matchups. NFL Total Access tomorrow at 7 live on NFL Network.
You know the guy who we haven't seen tonight, and
Joe Montana.
I haven't seen him either, or Steve Young, is Kevin White, you know, the former first-round pick for the Chicago Bears. Thought we might see him get a little bit of action. The guy who had high potential coming into the league and is hitting around with a lot of injuries.
This offensive line having a tough time blocking Zadarius Smith, who makes that stop on McKinnon. No gain. Can we now say that in our opening on camera we were dead wrong?
Yeah, well, you're not supposed to bring that back to life.
I'm doing it. I don't care.
Nobody even. What did you say that was so wrong? I don't even know what I said.
Don't make the mistake that the 49ers are undermanned.
Yeah, no, I really, you know, we knew coming in it was going to be a tall task, but I thought that the 49ers would have had a little better showing than what we've seen.
There's James. There it is. Big play. James got a block out there on the edge, and like a wide receiver screen, takes it down inside the 15. Got a good block from River Craycraft, and a gain of 47.
That's the way they draw it up right there. River Craycraft, he makes a block on Josh Jackson, just nobody there. They got a roll corner, the safety's back deep. That'll help out old Nick Mullins' stats.
Well, they try to fight to sleep, man.
They had a promising drive going in the first half, still in the ball game, and
Yeah, you crazy this motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie. Look at that shit.
Summers is there. McGlinchey came close to a hole and put his arms in the air. He tried to sell it like he let go in time, but McGlinchey guilty of a hole. Sean Gary. Gary sold it too.
Yeah. We're all trying to sell it.
Matt LaFleur, by the way, is a guy who really does have high praise for Rashawn Gary. He's battled some injury, but as far as effort is concerned, he thinks Gary's given them all that they can ask for, and you're going to see more of 52 going deeper into the season. Pass is caught. Brooks go around Dwelly, and Dwelly is good for 10. Warren Burks on the stop, and that is the end of quarter number 3. Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light Platinum, back after this.
Michigan, Indiana, Saturday at noon Eastern, FS1.
Today started like any other day. You got up, showered, brushed your teeth, got on your Sotos, and took a shortcut through the desert. I wonder what people without all-wheel drive capability are doing right now. Introducing the all-new Seltos.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Now during the Chevy Cyber Sales event, use $500 Cyber Cash on most SUV models to get $5,250 total cash allowance on most 2023 Lexus models. See your Super Chevy dealers.
You need to go to sleep. You trying to fight to sleep. You want to go to sleep.
Where to go and what to do on Alabama's Eastern Shore. Just for you.
You're doing some crazy stuff right now.
Find your sweet spots.
I don't know what the fuck you gonna say.
Sweet spot.
Hey, don't come to me, man. I don't know, she's trying to go to sleep. I don't know what fucking fantasy. What fantasy mode? Look at you. Look at all your eyes still puffed. Go ahead. Shit off this motherfucker. She grabbed the thumb, she grabbed the finger, grabbed my long finger. What? No. I'm not about to make it violent. Sleeping, mommy.
She grabbed your pinky finger.
Huh?
It's your pinky.
Oh. You should have said that. I grabbed one of the pink. I got crazy yet. You got crazy yet? You got crazy yet already? Huh? Keep asking for that flow, huh? Keep asking for it, Marlon. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Marlon. Don't get your ass bust.
The right idea. They're trying to get in.
Hurt my ass.
Split safety look if they can get Taylor.
Don't get your ass bust, huh? Just keep it up. When you get old enough to get that hoop, you gonna get it. I fucking made it too.
5'8", 180.
Let that go, please. Cut your fingers.
Fifth round pick from Louisiana Tech.
You won your game today?
I won one, the first one. I lost the second one.
They're down to 10. James looking for blocks. Picks his way, and he's going to be short of first down yardage by
Man, fucking it.
And obviously, San Francisco is going to go for it as Gary made that stop after a gain of 9. Pretty good design, the way that they had that. They run the motion, and it looks like they're going to throw it out to him to the right. They come back with the screen underneath. And Mama top for down. He did not.
That's all you know. That's why you had about no sleep. So what's your hold? Your pinky?
49ers trying to hurry it up. Well, Mullins gets up a little bit high.
See, if I'm asleep,
You know, I mean,
well, I'm hearing the
with
windows
where
are
they
closed.
are, he comes up and snaps it quick. He's got to just get low and get in behind those linemen. He gets upright, and man, he paid the price. Yeah, Ty Summers made the hit. Gary helped clean up. Good stuff.
Mature. The gods showed us a vision of a new life and gave us the power to claim it. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, available November 10th.
Write your Viking saga on Xbox Series X. We asked college kids if they would get up early for a Burger King sandwich.
Just early. I didn't even know Burger King had breakfast.
Let's go.
This is better than what I usually eat. Definitely worth waking up for.
The BK sandwich. Get 2 for $4 or mix and match it with a biscuit sandwich. Your way. Way better.
We're back on the Corona Hotline Show with superfan Jeremy. Jeremy, it's a long season. How do you unwind?
Well, I grab a Corona,
Go on.
and I watch football.
And?
And that is it. Brilliant. Call in now to find your game day beach.
Hello, how can I? Sore throat pain? Try new Vicks Vapor Cool Drops and Honey Lemon Chill for a fast-acting rush of relief like you've never tasted in. Vicks Vapor Cool Drops, now in Honey Lemon Chill.
What?
I got it last time.
Fine.
Progressive, protecting every single yard of your home.
We gotta get a light down there. Someone could get hurt.
From the awe-inspiring WWE Thunderdome, with an unhinged yet loyal Jey Uso now by his side, Universal Champion Roman Reigns looks to continue his dominance. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, on Fox.
14 and a half to go in this game. Defense, I mean, San Francisco undermanned or not, there's some injuries that the Packers are dealing with as well with Kamal Martin, their rookie they like a lot, not active tonight. That's the first 5 games, and a procedure done on his knee, and he's on the COVID reserve list. They've lost a corner in this game, Jair Alexander. They've hung in there well, and they've had contributions from guys like Ty Summers, Warren Burks. Here's a handoff to Aaron Jones, good for 4. Point is, they have to feel good about the way they've come out here and played here with so much uncertainty, even as recent as yesterday afternoon, as to whether this game would even happen.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they weren't sure they were even going to be getting on the plane to fly out. And like we talked about, the 49ers, they really had nothing to lose. I mean, the Packers were the ones who had to come out and put it together, and they've been able to do that. And you're right. I mean, the offensive line right now has been reshuffled. And
here's Darius Shepard.
I think, though, Joe, that, you know it as well as I do. When we go around the league and we cover these teams, everybody's dealing with something, you know. I mean, whether it's injuries or the COVID that is taking some players out. From time to time, it's just really somewhat a game of attrition here in 2020. And, you know, who's going to be able to hold it together? Will there, in fact, be an 8th team in each conference added to the postseason? I don't know. I'd like to see it, you know. But it is different, and we all know it. And I applaud these players and coaches the way that they've handled it all.
Rodgers throws for Adams, and that was a thing of beauty. Hit Devontae Adams, who just keeps rolling down the sideline, working against Taylor, and this was gorgeous.
Well, he had press on the outside. They put Devontae Adams in the slot, and Rodgers knew as soon as he got the ball what he had and where he was going with the football. And it's just one-on-one. And I promise you, when you get one-on-one like that, it's going to Devontae Adams. I mean, 100% of the time. And so that's a good job of winning at the line of scrimmage and making a play on that ball. And here they go once again.
Adams up to 174 on the night. 3rd time this season he's been over 150 yards receiving. Now Irvin with a nice carry. A gain of 8. Last 2 games compared to tonight, coming off a 3-touchdown effort against the Vikings.
Didn't do it all. You know, he's one of those guys. There's other guys in our league that are capable of lining up anywhere. They can beat you deep. They can beat you intermediate. They can do just about anything they want to do. But there's not a lot of them. And he's terrific. I mean, he is really something, and it's been great to see here over the last couple of years him get his due, because I thought he was very underrated for quite a while.
Irvin gets the first down. Meanwhile, Alan Lazard, who the clock is ticking on him. It's a matter of time, you would think, and now they have extra time before their next game, which is at home against Jacksonville, to get him back and active. No games played since a 6-catch, 146-yard, 1-touchdown game, week 3 against New Orleans. Had core surgery, but he's close to coming back. So a little more help on the outside. Jones gets it. For a guy coming off a calf injury, Fred Warner comes through a loss of 2. I'm surprised Aaron Jones is still out there. Frankly, in a 28-point game with 10 minutes to go.
He's got 18 touches on the game. He's got his 13th run. And let's also point out, Joe, let's give this Packers offense, credit. It's easy to dismiss kind of what they've done because of the fact that the 49ers offensively are so short-handed.
Get out the fight, lightning.
They have pass rushers that are going on. I understand that, but this has been a defense that's played pretty good, and they're not bad in the secondary. They're pretty decent, but Packers have gotten after it. Here's a handoff to Malik Taylor. As they are starting to empty the playbook here in the fourth quarter, a gain of 9. Time for tonight's powerful performance presented by NyQuil Severe Honey. And a powerful performance. Packers have a game like this. One of our favorites to cover, Aaron Rodgers, who is lighting up the scoreboard here tonight. 4 touchdowns, no picks, just under 300 yards. Only 6 incompletions. Faced with 3rd and 3. I think he's having fun. Yeah, I'll say so. Nonchalant timeout. Does he really need the water? That's my question.
People think my job is easy. You just go on TV and talk, right? Well, each season there's over 1,500 players and hundreds of games. Plus passing yards, turnovers, injuries. We have to be ready to analyze any of it on live TV. If we fumble on air, that's a problem. IBM Watson helps us wrap our heads around all that data and quickly find relevant insights using AI so we can give every fan the best show possible. Welcome everybody to Fox Kickoff.
Experian Boost has helped millions of people. How can it help you?
Whoa! 46 points! I just boosted 15 points with Experian Boost. This is incredible.
Boost your credit scores instantly, free, only at Experian.com/boost.
Connor wants to name his kids after B-Dub sauces. Hope you want a whole litter, because we've got 26 sauces and seasonings. So gas up the minivan, because Mango Habanero has a dentist appointment, and Honey Barbecue is late for ballet. Buffalo Wild Wings.
Watch what I do. Watch what I do. I see you looking. Watch what I do. Watch what I do. I see you looking. Watch what I do.
Pac-12 football is back. The legendary conference makes their first ever appearance on Big Noon Saturday on Fox. Starts Saturday strong at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific, as the USC Trojans take on Arizona State, all part of Big News Saturday. Coverage begins at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific on Fox.
Sunday on Fox, Patrick Mahomes leads the Chiefs touchdown against Teddy Bridgewater and Tampa.
What a play!
Or the Raiders take on the Chargers. Wow. It all kicks off Sunday on Fox and the Fox Sports app.
Well, it's a little extra special for Aaron Rodgers to come back to Northern California and come out of here with a win. All precincts have reported, and we're marking this down as the 6th win of the year for the Green Bay Packers. Third down and 3, 9.5 to go, 28-point game. To the sideline, caught Irvin, who's had a nice night. And they're going to have to ride him some. They don't want to overwork Aaron Jones, which is something Matt LaFleur talked to us about coming off that calf injury. They'd love to sit him and have that extra time going into next week. You look at the division, Green Bay will stay out in front of Chicago, and the Bears are playing at Tennessee.
on Sunday. That would be a good ball. So will Tampa Bay and New Orleans, a big one, Sunday night.
That's a huge game. Even bigger game for Tampa Bay since they lost week 1 to New Orleans already.
We were there in New Orleans. This one in Florida. Here's a handoff to Irvin. Flags on the play, and Irvin to the 25. Even with this revamped offensive line with a rookie Runyon, 6th-round pick from Michigan. Lincoln is Pop proud and in their guard.
4. Was not on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Talking about the Buccaneers. And now they've got Antonio Brown in the fold, and he will be there for this game. Their best start for the Bucs since 2002. That was the year they won the Super Bowl. And that's the last year, by the way, they won a postseason game. Brady, 20 touchdown passes, 3rd in the league. And Antonio Brown will be flexed into that offensive attack.
Two really good teams on both sides of the ball. You know, you don't see a lot of that in our league anymore. But
here's Jones. And we're right into a wall, no game.
You know, we said in our week 1 game that we wouldn't be surprised if that was the playoff matchup in January, and I believe that even more now than I did at the time. The way that, you know, we've seen New Orleans a couple times, some last week against Chicago, and Tampa Bay's coming around, and I know they're still not at the level that Tom Brady wants, but they have definitely gotten better and better as this year has gone along, and it's going to be fun to watch how they incorporate Antonio Brown.
Jones, Warner, Mosley, whistles, Masked Singer. If you've missed any of it, download Tubi to catch up on past episodes and all the reveals, plus watch thousands of movies and shows for free. And don't miss an all-new Masked Singer Wednesday on Fox.
I feel like the masked broadcaster tonight.
You are.
That was for Al.
Yeah, I'll watch it. Yeah. Irvin checks back in. 3rd down and 15. They hand to Irvin. And a play.
In part that they were caught.
To the doctors, nurses, healthcare professionals, to everyone keeping our supermarkets, pharmacies, gas stations running, to all the essential workers, thank you.
Friday Night Football, presented by the All-State Sugar Bowl, Fridays at 11 on Rule 38.
Good evening, I'm meteorologist Brooke Laser with your forecast first. In for Hank Allen tonight, our temperatures have already started falling into the 50s and 60s, but they'll be beginning to fall even further. Most areas waking up tomorrow to warmer conditions than we've seen all week in the 50s and 60s on the north and south shore, respectively. Tomorrow, anticipate the 70s again in your afternoon outlook, but there are a lot of changes on the way, especially in our forecast for this weekend. We break it all down, plus give you the latest details on Ada's track in just a few minutes. WGNO News at 10 starts right now.
Mayor Cantrell spells out what crews will have to do to be part of next year's parades.
A blow for business owners who hoped the governor would lift the Phase 3 restrictions.
And beware of scammers claiming to be from Entergy.
You're watching WGNO News at 10, New Orleans' very own.
Welcome to WGNO News. I'm Kurt Sprang.
And I'm Susan Roschen. Not canceled, but different. That's what Mayor Cantrell says about next year's Mardi Gras.
Tonight, she told her Mardi Gras Advisory Council that the council must come up with ways to put on a safe carnival season with social distancing guidelines in place. As far as the parades, there will be at least 6 feet between every rider on floats, which could mean far fewer riders per crew.
The mayor says the Mardi Gras Council and the crews must find a way to parade with much less money from the city budget for critical things like police details and sanitation. And each crew that wants to parade will have to present its plan to do that within those constraints by December 5th. WGNO's Kenny Lopez talked to some crew leaders who are still eager to roll.
The city of New Orleans has yet to officially approve Mardi Gras 2021, but many of the major crews are hoping to roll along as usual in the new year.
We're just hopeful that the science and the statistics show that we can have Mardi Gras parade and everything goes well.
Bacchus is planning to roll if the city approves, and Orpheus feels the same, but know that time is of the essence.
Our drop dead date is Thanksgiving. And the big issue is not whether or not we have money. If we have it, like we're ready to go. Give us a short time frame, we'll still get it done.
If Mardi Gras doesn't happen, this will be the first time in 41 years.
Problem comes, we know. The later that comes, the more problems that's going to cause. Invoices, deliveries, whatever it happens to be that we either don't want or will need to get in that time frame. So we really need to know one of those not going to happen as soon as possible.
The city needs it. The city needs the revenue, and we're just doing everything that we can to be prepared so that when the mayor says go, we're ready to go.
Although this has been a challenging year, everybody wants to let the good times roll.
And a couple more of the city's suggestions for next year's carnival. These are just suggestions, but have the floats remain parked for people to simply walk past.
How about this one? Timed visits to the float dens where people can practice social distancing and go home with a bag of throws.
It sounds really outrageous for a lot of traditionalists with carnival and parades, but we will be putting a copy of the Mardi Gras Council's recommendations just released from the mayor tonight on our website, WGNO.com.
Now, the statewide Phase 3 restrictions supposed to be lifted tomorrow for the coronavirus.
Instead, the governor has extended Phase 3 for another month. In making the announcement today, the governor says he expects criticism from business owners and state legislators who insist the state should fully reopen.
I just want you to think about that for a second. If the reason you're better, at least on a comparative basis, is because of the mitigation measures, where do you think you're going to be if you remove those mitigation measures? If they are because of the restrictions, where are you going to be if you remove the restrictions?
The governor also says that maintaining the Phase 3 restrictions will prevent hospitals from being overwhelmed again as they were last spring with too many COVID patients. And with so many people unemployed and needing food because of COVID-19, Councilmember Kristen Palmer and Second Harvest have teamed up for another food distribution tomorrow. It's going to be a walk-up and drive-up food pantry open from 9:30 until 11:30 tomorrow morning at the Arthur Mundine Center on Newton Street in Algiers. No documentation is required and everyone is welcome.
New Orleans Public Schools released the latest coronavirus numbers. Among students, 6 have the virus. They all attend different schools. 4 staff members have the virus, and 160 students and staff are quarantined. You can see where the affected students and staff are in school on the NOLA Public Schools website. That is nolapublicschools.com.
And a new indictment today in a major scam involving staged car crashes. The U.S. Attorney and the FBI have indicted New Orleans lawyer Daniel Patrick Keating. He's accused of offering $1,000 payments to people to stage car crashes in order to collect damages from the insurance companies. But these staged crashes don't just affect the people involved, they affect your insurance rates too.
Cases against construction companies and insurance company costs, and that subsequently leads to premium increases of 52% since 2011 as well as in this state. And frankly, the auto insurance rates in Louisiana are the second highest in the country.
There are now 5 indictments against 33 people in these staged car wrecks. U.S. Attorney Peter Strasser said he hopes the indictments will reverse Louisiana's reputation for corruption.
After more than 50 years in business, the Shell refinery in St. James Parish is closing. Next month, Shell will begin laying off the refinery's 700 employees. St. James Parish President Pete Dufresne says in a statement, quote, the facility has consistently been the largest taxpayer in St. James Parish. Therefore, its consolidation will certainly have an impact to our community and the supporting businesses who rely on industry. Environmentalists are taking a different view, like Ann Rolfs, who says it's tragic that our state and the industry are not preparing better for the inevitable transition from fossil fuels. According to Shell, the closure is part of the company's decision to invest in other manufacturing facilities across the globe.
And watch out for a scam going around. The Better Business Bureau of South Central Louisiana says you could get a call or a visit from someone claiming to be from Entergy. And of course, everybody wants Entergy because the power's been out, right? Well, either on the phone or in person, scammers will tell you that you haven't paid your bill and must pay immediately, then, or risk having your power cut off. And these scammers are bold, not just contacting residential Entergy customers, but businesses as well. The Better Business Bureau recommends calling customer service at Entergy yourself if you're unsure if the call is legit, and never let anyone into your house, especially without an appointment.
Before long, we'll be talking about Christmas shopping. So Attorney General Jeff Landry wants to remind people of some recently recalled products by the federal government. Products like this Woom brand kids bike helmet, which doesn't meet the federal safety standards and may not provide proper protection for your child. Or these super soakers sold at Target, which are being recalled due to unsafe levels of lead ink in the stickers, which could be harmful if they end up in your kid's mouth. For a full list of products that are being recalled, go to agjefflandry.com.
Well, Hurricane Zeta spoiled some of our festivities for Halloween, but those kids need their candy. The city of Kenner hosted its Trunk or Treat event tonight at the Pontchartrain Center. And there were quite a few parents driving those little ghouls and goblins in there to get their candy, even if it's still about a week late. And this is not the only opportunity. If your kids would like to go trunk or treating and miss this one, there will be another trunk or treat tomorrow night at Lafayette Park in Metairie, and that will get started at 6 p.m. and will end at 9.
If you are a Jefferson Parish parent struggling to help your kid with their virtual learning, the school district wants to help. Free in-person computer classes for parents in English and Spanish will be offered throughout November and the beginning of December. Classes will be on both the East and West Banks from 5 to 6:30 in the evening. The dates for the classes are on the screen right there. East Bank classes are going to be at the Jimenez Building on Clearview. West Bank classes at the Jefferson Parish School Administration Building on Manhattan.
Now, Kurt and I were looking at the big U.S. map in the newsroom just a few minutes ago, all this election coverage. And if you've spent the last few days in the election twilight zone rooting for your candidate, you might be stressed out that they won't win.
You tired of looking at a map?
Yeah.
Well, it can really ramp up the anxiety for sure in your life. Moving New Orleans forward, Anchor LBJ. Talk to experts who can help you get through the next few days.
We're just not built to be in an anxious state 24/7, and it really can have some negative toxic effects on our behavioral and emotional health as well as our physical health over time.
That's Patrick Portnick, Dean of Tulane School Social Work, addressing what many are feeling after watching hours of election coverage and waiting for returns. But apparently the election is the latest in a series of events adversely affecting people.
It's not just from the election, right? We've had an entire year of community traumas, stressors, just building. And so this really is that kind of culmination of people's stress levels getting amped up and really having a difficult time coming back down.
What are you guys suggesting folks do?
I think there's certain simple strategies that we could all employ that I practice myself. One of them is stay away from social media, take some breaks, as well as the TV. You know, it's very important to just refresh yourself.
Inhale a little bit longer.
Folks at Tulane also noted the benefits of meditation, self-care, and just moving around.
Get outside, you know, it's easy to social distance, getting active. Activity has been the best stress reductor that they found in research.
Finally, some of the biggest challenges we face can happen with family members or coworkers. who don't share our worldview or political beliefs.
We have to learn how to do better at getting along and seeing each other's differences and valuing the person rather than the politics.
So Kurt and I, and you two probably should stop looking at the map for a while, if we have different worldviews. Dean Bornick and Dr. Hansel also told LBJ that if you feel that you're in trouble and none of the things that they were suggesting works for you, then you really should call one of the many hotlines that are available to get some professional help.
Next on WGNO News, we go in search for the best mushrooms in the States in tonight's destination, Louisiana.
And another chilly night tonight, but changes are in our forecast for the weekend. We are going to warm up eventually. Details coming up in just a few minutes.
Veteran voice. The security officers.
Here is a punt by Josh, and on the return is Trent Taylor, fighting for every yard he can get. Talking about other teams in the NFC, and we look at the Seahawks. Russell Wilson, MVP type year. DK Metcalf just getting better and better and better, and the 49ers had no answer for him this past Sunday. And Tyler Lockett is just as consistent and as great as anybody in the league, really. I mean, he can be the home run hitter when they want him to be. And they've made a couple of deals, Troy, to add to that defensive front. They got Jamal Adams back this week at safety, so maybe they get a little healthier and therefore a little better on defense. Russ Wilson is just playing lights out. I mean, amazing how well he's playing. And we talked about it earlier, the job that Pete Carroll just continues to do year after year. I mean, it has been quite a run for him, and to do it with an entirely different cast of players. You know, I know Russell Wilson's the same, but it's a different group on the defensive side of the ball. And you know, John Schneider, him as a GM, they're very active, you know, in putting that roster together. They just don't let up. And you know, they're 6-1. They could very easily be 7-0. Arizona's the team that beat them. That was a game, heck of a ball game. Overtime. Two minutes left. We'll stay here next week. It's a really good one. Divisional rivals square off. Colts and Titans battle for first place in the AFC South. It'll start at 7:30 Eastern on Fox NFL Network and streaming on Prime Video. And I know you're anxious to get a first-hand look at that Indianapolis defense. Yeah, I am. I mean, they're playing awfully well. DeForest Buckner, who left here and got traded, and he's played lights out there for the Colts. And I always look forward to covering the game that Mike Vrabel has. I've said it before. I think a team generally takes on the personality of the head coach, and that Tennessee team certainly has. You know, they're very tough-minded. They play that tough style of football with Derrick Henry running the ball, and Ryan Tannehill is perfect for what they're looking for at that position as well. On first down, here's James, had a nice night. Maybe a couple of drops and a big holding call early in the ball game. Good for an 11 here. Under 34 points tonight. Most by the Packers here. At least on the road at the 49ers since 1959. Looks like an injury. That might be the headline. As Hasty is brought down by Summers, a gain of 7, and the offensive lineman Brunskill, who is taking over at center here, gets up limping. Couldn't tell if Hasty lost the ball, but there's Taylor with a catch for a first down. A minute left to the ball game. San Francisco. They are at New Orleans next. And then their bye week comes up week 11, and a blitz and a flag.
as the play is made by Samuels.
Florida had to initiate contact. 15-yard penalty.
Randy Ramsey and Sanford Samuels, yep, will aim at Mullins with the flag. They come right off the slot, and Mullins, wow, that's a big-time collision, too. That is not good. That is a great call. It's the hit that they're just 100% trying to take out of the game. Mullins certainly could have helped himself. He just never even saw it coming. Didn't check it at all. Samuels up from the practice squad. Rookie from Florida State. Never delivering it as much as it does a guy who absorbs it. Thankfully, Mullins okay, finds James, wide receiver screen, and bounds. I think the 49ers are ready for their Week 9 game to end as much as everybody else, a game at 4. For the Packers, there's the schedule we talk about. A date with Chicago follows the Indy game, then Philly, and at Detroit. Finish the year at home against Carolina, and home against Tennessee, and the last game is at Chicago.
Well, you know these coaches, Joe, you can't in any year look too far ahead, and even less so this year, that you just don't know what your team might look like 2 weeks from now. Really. I mean, if Kyle Shanahan found out, you don't know what it'll look like the next day.
Timeout was taken by San Francisco. Pass is caught. That is Craycraft. 30 seconds and counting. First and goal. Progressive postgame show is coming up as Mullins is out to his right, throws, and incomplete with 15 seconds left. Second down.
They're not giving up, are they?
Well, I thought maybe the edict went out when Richie James stayed in bounds, when he could have easily hopped out of bounds a couple of plays ago. But then Kyle Shanahan called timeout. Now it's second down and goal. Trying to get more points before the end of the night. Mullins throws, pass caught, and not able to get in, but stopping the clock is McKinnon. With 8 seconds remaining, it's third and goal. Samuel's out there to make the stop.
Well, McKinnon, we talked about the injuries that he's dealt with during his career here. And over the last couple of years, that was a pretty good collision there at the goal line. It's good to see him get back up. Looks like he's still shaking it off.
There are some people interested to see if the 49ers can get into the end zone. They hand it off, and McKinnon is going to take it in. You mentioned Al Michaels a bit earlier. Now I feel like Al Michaels.
You handled that very well.
Of course, Spida had the information over there to my left.
Of course he did.
Our producer, Richie Zients, our director, Rich Russo. Rich Gross, so many in the truck that bring you tonight's game. Jordan Wolf, broadcast associates Casey Garland, Grant Lounsbury, technical producers Kevin Callahan, Goosley, technical director Colby Bourgeois. And the audio mixer is Freddie Alvis, Uncle Fred.
You never get to do that. And I always feel guilty walking out of the stadium because when you give the audio credits, it means you're signaling that the game's over. I guess there are times when I could have done it.
Yeah, you could have given this one earlier.
Thanks, Tim. 34-17. And Aaron Rodgers has thought of something that he wants to tell LaFleur.
He told him, and whatever it was, LaFleur agreed. Well, I don't know that this Green Bay defense, I wouldn't say they necessarily exercised any demons, playing against the 49ers based on what happened last year, but they did a decent job, and like I said, that offense got to feel pretty good. That San Francisco group, not bad.
Mike Pettine's crew hoping to get some players back with a little bit of extra time before their game against Jacksonville. Maybe they get Kevin King back. Hopefully Jair Alexander is okay to come back. Kamal Martin in the same category. See if this defense can build on this effort here tonight. Swift kick that bounces up to John Lovett. And Lovett takes a knee with 2 seconds left, which gives Tim Boyle and this Packers offense one more snap. Packers will be 6-2. 49ers slide to under 500. As Week 9 is officially underway. And you said it. I mean, these are teams, 2 examples. The league filled with teams that have had to be very flexible with their roster, with their practice schedule, with obviously the testing that happens day after day after day. Packers are 6-2 and played well here tonight, and Matt LaFleur will move his mark to 20-6 overall as the Green Bay Packers head coach. His good buddy Kyle Shanahan, in his 4th year with San Francisco, suffers the loss, and these two will have a little bit of time to think about this and get ready for Week 10. Coming up next, the Progressive postgame with a final score here, 34-17. Thanks for watching Thursday Night Football, presented by Bud Light Platinum.
Want in on a secret? You don't have to pay big bank fees for the convenience you want. At Keesler Federal Credit Union, you get an agile, innovative financial partner that delivers more value and the service you deserve, like free checking accounts that pay you back. No annual fee Visa credit cards with rates as low as Prime, the latest technology to simplify your life, and a monthly give-back program that rewards people just like you with cash and prizes. Get banking for the next decade from Keesler Federal. That's a good thing. Ashley Home Store is making Black Friday even easier. Skip the lines and reserve your Black Friday doorbusters virtually. Starting November 13th, text doorbuster to 797979 to reserve your deal. Prices start at $149. Only at Ashley Home Store.
WDSU Sports is brought to you by your Southeast Louisiana Hyundai dealers. At Hyundai, the more you look, the more there is to like. And right now, there's a lot to see at your Hyundai dealer.
Hi everybody, Caroline Gonzalez here with your sports update. Biggest news out of Saints camp, wide receiver Emmanuel Sanders returns to practice after spending 12 days on the COVID-19 list. Sanders said he did experience symptoms. He had a 102-degree fever, cold-like symptoms, and experienced extreme fatigue. Immediately after finding out he was positive with a wife and kids at home, Sanders said he jumped into action to protect his family.
Well, we got the entire family tested after I found out I was positive, and then their test came back the next morning, and my wife tested positive. But my kids, my mother-in-law, and my mother-in-law did So we got him on a private plane and got him, sent him back to our house in Denver, while me and my wife quarantined here. But that ended up working out. But my daughter ended up testing positive when she was in Denver. So right now, I think they got like 2 more days of quarantine. And they're going to be able to come back out here, so I'm looking forward to that.
Sanders walked back into the Ochsner Sports Performance Center the first day he was allowed on Monday, working with training staff and medical personnel to get ready for game day on Sunday.
The Saints was like, all right, we got to put you through a ramp-up period. So I've been working out until yesterday. I felt, like I was getting back in the rhythm, and in the day I felt like I found my groove. And so I'm looking forward to tomorrow and Saturday and just keep getting better and get my body ready to play on Sunday.
This Saints vs. Buccaneers game is something everyone has had circled on their calendar since the schedule came out earlier this year, but especially the Buccaneers after dropping their Week 1 game to the Saints in the Superdome. Tom Brady hasn't been swept by a divisional opponent in his 19 years in the NFL and plans to keep that record going.
This is a team that you can't make mistakes against, and when you make them, it just magnifies. So, we're trying to be that team. We're playing a team that's been great in this division for a long time. They got a great quarterback. They're really well coached, got a great defense, some really talented defensive players. They score points offensively. So it's going to be a huge challenge, and we're going to have to step up and really meet the challenge.
Nothing too surprising on the Saints injury report for Thursday. Justin Hardy and Sheldon Rankins did not practice. Alvin Kamara, Marquez Callaway, and Nick Eason were full participants, and Drew Brees and Michael Thomas were limited. Reminder for fans that want to get all of the information leading up to the Saints-Bucs game, tune in right here on Channel 6 to our pregame show airing at 6:30. Fletcher, Mackle, Sharif Ishak, and I will have you covered for everything you need to know leading up to Sunday. For WDSU News, I'm Carolyn Gonzalez.
65 plus, an emergency room just for seniors. 65 plus, Doc Snyder, the best crew captain around. At Turo, they've been training their whole life for mine after 65.
Turo, experts in aging.
Is that for me?
Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Missing a little something? Expand your repertoire with 6 ready-to-add pepper purees from Louisiana Pepper Exchange. Add to your favorite dips. Pasta, barbecue, and don't forget cocktails. Elevate everything. Add a little something with Louisiana Pepper Exchange. Now in the produce section of your favorite grocers.
Wait till you see her new living room. She got everything at Lazy Boy.
What does she do about 6 recliners? Hey, hi girl. Hey, come on in. Whoa. It's the Veterans Day sale at Lazy Boy. For a limited time, get hot buy recliners starting from $3.99 and get 30% off plus 0% interest until January 2023.
And this all came from Lazy Boy?
Yep. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
Ready or not, here I come.
Gillette ProGlide and ProGlide Gel. 5 blades and a pivoting flex ball designed to get virtually every hair on the first stroke while washing away dirt and oil. So you're ready for the day with a clean shave and a clean face.
Here I come. You can't hide.
65 plus, all my doctors in one building. 65 plus, an emergency room just for seniors. 65 plus, anything else I can think of, Turo already has.
Turo, experts in aging.
Last night, Jimmy had the news.
I'm Jimmy Fallon, anchoring hour 30 of NBC's election night coverage.
And tonight, there's SNL's Kenan Thompson, Kate Mara, and music from James Blake. New Tonight Show.
Closed captioning on WDSU is sponsored by Ashley Home Store.
All right, here's another look at where things stand at this hour. Here's the Electoral College map. Joe Biden there with 253, and President Donald Trump with 214. We are still waiting on results from Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, North Carolina, and Pennsylvania, and of course still no definite answer on when those results will come in. But of course we'll keep you posted right here and also on WDSU.com. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a good night.
The law firm of Favre, Demarest, Russo, Ludwig, and Schulberg has grown.
People are all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name.
How you doing, Norm? Cut the small talk and give me a beer.
Norm always had a beer in hand at Cheers. But what actor George White was drinking wasn't actually real beer. It was near beer, with barely any alcohol and added salt to keep the foamy head in the mug. Plus, with the amount of time it actually took to tape, the faux beer was flat.
Jerk.
Yeah.
For once, it's not you. Mr. Fancy Bottom over there feels his martini isn't dry enough.
Oh, well, you want me to kill him for you, Diane?
It's too good for him.
Hey, come on, lighten up here. It's a bar, you know. People come here to have a good time.
Yeah, and don't you just hate him for it?
What's wrong, honey?
Having a bad day. Am I allowed to have a bad day? Sure, you've given us plenty. Keep one for yourself. I hope you'll find that to your satisfaction. We hear it. Cheers. Aspire to make every customer a happy customer.
It's still not dry enough.
Drink it!
Excuse me, folks. She gets a little upset still ever since I dumped her. Let me handle this for you. Coach, make this gentleman the driest martini in town, will you, on the house?
Right.
Please, forgive her. She's a hot-headed little firebrand. Half my day is spent apologizing to nice customers like you.
Carla, I'm in no mood.
Now, we're talking about someone else, dear.
One vodka rocks.
What? This fitness, cash.
You ready to kick it up a notch?
You out of pain in style.
I have a very low arch. I didn't realize anything was off until I started using the orthotics. Then my knees were better, my back was better.
See how good your feet can feel at Arlene's Shoe Company.
Don't miss the Veterans Day sale at Hurwitz Mints. Get 40 to 60% off store-wide, no sales tax, free delivery, and 12 months of no interest financing. Now through Wednesday. Hurry to Hurwitz Mints.
So essentially what you're saying is what we're hearing from the president and his supporters, Trump supporters and the president stop the vote. It doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Love family game night, but
Who is we?
The quarterback, Jamal Adams, is another guy who's going to come off the edge and get out to the quarterback.
He's their best pass rusher.
He's their best, and then, maybe Carlos Dunlap. Them two together, it's going to be a great match. And then the offensive side of the ball, the continuation, I think they're only going to keep getting better. DK Metcalf is getting better. And to go along with that, which is crazy. He's getting better.
All right. That'll do it for us. Coming up on Fox, except on the West Coast, it'll be your late local news. And on the NFL Network, it is time for the Mercedes-Benz postgame show. For the gang, I'm Kurt. So long.
Fox Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League. For NFL news and highlights, go to NFL.com.
It's the one app for one team. Your team. The boys in black and gold. It's the one app that has everything, from podcasts to picks, turnovers to tweets.
We're going to be talking about this matchup all week.
It's the one app where every day is game day. It's the Fox 8 Final Play app, a free download in your app store. Sponsored by the law offices of Chip Forstall. Fox 8, your local weather authority, keeps you informed for every storm like no other. The first to bring you complete coverage of Hurricane Zeta from across southeast Louisiana, on air, online, and on your radio, before, during, and after the storm. You can count on Fox 8 for the most complete.
So, the storm surge event is ongoing right now.
Up to date.
Guys, this is coming for the city. This is coming for the city.
Information as you need it most. Fox 8, local first. Download the Fox 8 weather app. Radar, daily and hourly outlooks, and forecasts from the Fox 8 weather team. Download the Fox 8 weather app now. Sponsored by OnPath Federal Credit Union. Fox 8 News is New Orleans' most watched late news. Fox 8 Local First starts now.
Good evening, I'm Kim Holder.
And I'm Lee Zurich. 2 days after voters cast their ballots, thousands of votes are still being counted in several battleground states. But the results show some races in some of those states that are becoming razor close, razor thin, with Joe Biden closing the gap in Pennsylvania and Georgia. Meanwhile, tonight, President Trump repeated his doubt when it comes to the legality of ballot counting.
If you count the legal votes, I easily win. If you count the illegal votes, they can try to steal the election from us.
Elections officials say in every presidential election, the results reported on election night are unofficial and ballot counting extends past election day. Joe Biden, on the other hand, asks everyone to stay patient.
So, I ask everyone to stay calm, all the people to stay calm. The process is working.
Aide tells supporters the president's several lawsuits in the vote count are just noise. Camilla Bernal has the latest from Delaware.
As election day stretches into election week, closer the races, the longer it takes, election workers count ballots around the clock. The fight for the White House centered in battleground states.
It's very close in Pennsylvania.
The margins between votes cast for President Donald Trump and his challenger Joe Biden razor thin. But as states log more absentee and mail-in ballots, President Trump is seeing the path to his re-election narrow.
We were winning in all the key locations by a lot, actually. And then our numbers started miraculously getting whittled away in secret.
The president and his team mounting legal challenges in several states, demanding recounts and making claims of voter fraud without offering evidence.
If you count the legal votes, I easily win.
Biden, leading in the popular vote, is projecting confidence in the consequential Electoral College count.
We have no doubt that when the count is finished, Senator Harris and I will be declared the winners.
But while the race is too close to call, Biden asking supporters to stay calm and trust the system.
Democracy is sometimes messy. It sometimes requires a little patience as well. But that patience has been rewarded now for more than 240 years with a system of governance that's been the envy of the world.
In Wilmington, Delaware, I'm Camila Bernal.
It has been more than a day since we've seen a change in the Electoral College count.
Yeah, political analyst Mike Sherman joins us now with more insight on that. Mike, you're expecting Pennsylvania, us to have a better idea, likely sometime overnight, on where that goes if it does flip to Joe Biden, right?
I think we're in the final few hours before we may even see a call on Vice President Biden potentially clinching the election. All eyes are on the state of Pennsylvania right now, where if trends continue by the early hours of the night tonight, we may see a lead change.
And you think it's going to be in Georgia even sooner than that, right?
I think we're probably within an hour of Clayton and Gwinnett counties in Georgia. I think where the Atlanta Hartsfield Airport is and where Lake Lanier is, those two counties reporting their votes. I think we're going to see a lead change in Georgia. That one's so close, though, I don't think we'll see a call on Georgia tonight.
You know, Mike, we heard the President Trump news conference earlier today. For something to actually happen, he would, correct me if I'm wrong, he would actually have to have proof, file some type of lawsuit, and a judge or a panel would have to agree that, something significant had there based on the proof that he had, right? Is that the process?
That is the process. So the first thing to know about these claims is most of these are state election law claims. The way the Constitution is set up, it's actually the individual states that establish their own election laws. Several paths to get into the federal courts and get all the way up to the Supreme Court based upon equal protection and voter rights. But at the early stage, what we're seeing across the country is that state courts are handling these claims, and that's where we're going to see the battleground.
Okay, so recount is all but certain at this point. What triggers that, and in how many states?
Yeah, so the fight at the ballot box is over. Now we're going to see a series of recounts and litigation, likely in state courts. Each state has its own law. So like in Wisconsin, for example, versus the Georgia, it's a half a point election or a 1 point election. There's usually automatic recounts when they're very close. And then in many states, a candidate is able to petition for a recount if it's within a certain margin. Usually it's about a half a point to a point.
All right, Mike, thanks for staying with us after the game and staying out here a little late for us to analyze it.
Good to be here.
All right, you can find the latest on all the unresolved races any time of day on fox8live.com and our free news app. The carnival season, this carnival season, before crews roll, they may have to take a coronavirus test.
This is just one recommendation on doctors, from doctors who presented at tonight's Mardi Gras Advisory Council meeting. One crew captain tells Real One Logan with these recommendations, they may have to cancel.
Mardi Gras 2021, okay? Not canceled, just different. Not canceled, just different.
Members of the Mayor's Mardi Gras Advisory Council start to lay out recommendations about what next year's carnival season could look like.
Our committee recognizes that in the absence of an available and effective vaccine, there is simply no way for us to eliminate the risk of COVID-19 spreading during Mardi Gras. That means we cannot reduce the risk down to zero.
They say crews should be prepared to roll with fewer riders on floats. And for Kim Mercadale, the captain of the Crescent City Truck Parade, that could be a financial breaking point.
When you have a truck that's 40 feet long and you have a 6-foot social distancing on that truck, that means only 12 people or riders per truck. And that monetarily, I think, is going to be too big of a burden for the truck riders to ride.
Parade crowd would also become a factor. The group says one way to limit them might be to limit alcohol consumption and cooking near parade routes.
We know that the Mardi Gras that we know and love, we usually are congregating, we're usually cooking on neutral grounds, inviting people in that are just walking on the parade route. Those are things that we are saying, if Mardi Gras continues to proceed, that we recommend against.
The committee and Mayor Cantrell suggests crews get creative and find new ways to celebrate.
Trying to come up with alternative ways to do what you do and what you love to do within the guidelines and the constraints.
Meanwhile, Mercadale says instead of handling up to 65 registered trucks, as of now, she barely has 20 willing to roll.
Monetarily, I just don't think that either the crews or us, as an organization, can afford to move forward. I'm going to leave it up to my riders.
These are just one committee's recommendations. They say they want to hear other alternative ideas from other members in 30 days so that it can be presented to the mayor. Rowan Belogan, Fox 8, Local First.
Governor Edwards extends phase 3 of his coronavirus executive order until December 4th. The governor says the state has one of the lowest COVID-19 rates in the country, according to the White House. He says the numbers in Louisiana have plateaued, and Louisiana looks good compared to other states because those states are experiencing increases. Dr. Joseph Cantor with the Louisiana Department of Health says a lot of the transmission seen in the state has been in small groups.
New Orleans leaders say the city won't move forward with reopening measures at least through this weekend. The city is currently in phase 3.2. Hurricane Zeta paused COVID-19 testing efforts, and the city says that data is essential to moving forward with reopening. Once New Orleans moves to phase 3.3, bars can reopen with limited indoor seating. The feds indict the first attorney in the sprawling probe in the staged auto accidents in New Orleans.
Kimberly Kurth has the latest on the indictment.
The feds indicted Danny Patrick Keating Jr. today. He's the 33rd person charged in this case, but the first attorney indicted. The New Orleans personal injury attorney is now accused of conspiring to defraud insurance and trucking companies, as well as commercial carriers, in a scheme in which people were allegedly paid to intentionally stage an accident with tractor trailers. The Department of Justice says Keating knowingly paid for 31 accidents to be staged and represented 77 plaintiffs in those cases. The indictment charges that Keating and his clients received around $1.5 million in settlements, with Keating reportedly keeping over $350,000 of that in attorney's fees. Feds say Keating also discussed with his clients that they would likely get more money in a settlement if they received medical treatment. Other unnamed personal injury attorneys are also referenced in the federal indictment as being a part of a scheme the FBI says contributes to drivers having to pay more for their car insurance.
Nationally, it's $400+ per family. I've never heard it put in those terms. That's national. What is it in Louisiana? Because we're at the top of insurance premiums, and particularly in Orleans Parish. So that corruption tax is going to be even greater for the people that reside in Orleans Parish and insure vehicles in Orleans Parish.
For the Bureau, for the FBI, this is a warning to anybody who is out there that's involved in this scheme or any other schemes that we're looking and we're coming, and if you're involved in this or something similar, you may want to have some sleepless nights between now and a few months out.
And the FBI is now involved in the murder investigation of a New Orleans man who authorities say was at the center of this federal investigation. Someone killed Cornelius Garrison back in September, just days after the feds indicted him in this sprawling probe. The feds referred to Garrison as a slammer because they say he would intentionally strike 18-wheelers and other commercial vehicles in their blind spot, usually on I-10 and at night, so there were fewer potential witnesses. 11 of the 33 defendants indicted in this case have since pleaded guilty in federal court. As for Danny Patrick Keating Jr., he now faces 1 count of conspiracy to commit mail and wire fraud. We reached out to his attorney today, but he had no comment. For now, reporting from the federal courthouse, Kimberly Kurth, Fox 8 Local First.
Hundreds of people will lose their jobs after Shell announces it will close its Convent facility. Parish President Pete Dufresne says the refinery is the parish's largest taxpayer. He adds Shell reports that the facility hasn't been profitable for years, so the company is working to consolidate its chemical and refining operations in the parish. The closure will affect 700 jobs.
It's going to be detrimental to our community. And not only the common employees themselves, but a lot of local businesses and supporting businesses who assist in Shell's operations.
The parish says Shell hopes to place as many people as possible at some of its other facilities, like the one in Norco. It hopes the facility can be sold and repurposed to create jobs.
It's only been 1 week since Hurricane Zeta took a hit at the Gulf Coast. We'll take a look at the damage people in Mississippi are working to repair.
And the storms could be forcing you to pay more in addition to those recovery costs coming up, where you could see a hike in prices. David Bernard, the Fox 8 Weather Center. We're going to talk about Eta. It's now coming back into the Caribbean. It could be in South Florida throughout this weekend. Your Weather Authority forecast right after this.
This is a house call. This is a test result. This is a prescription refill. This isn't just more convenient care, it's more advanced care. This is innovating healthcare. Start your virtual visit today at Ochsner Health.
As you prepare for any storm, take comfort in knowing the Fox 8 fleet of mobile weather units is already out there, led by the Fox 8 Storm Tracker, bringing you the latest forecast as it changes. When to go, how to go, and where to go. So you're armed with critical information to protect the ones you love. Backed by your Weather Authority and powered by Nissan.
Get a new high-efficiency heating and cooling system for only $179 per month from Lightning Service.
If you want it to last, call 837 FAST. Lightning Service.
Door Furniture's Friends and Family Sale is going on now. Big savings store-wide. Save on living rooms, bedrooms, dining, and so much more. All on sale. The more you buy, the more you save.
Save big now,
Covington and New Orleans.
Have you been injured in a car accident? You need an attorney who knows the law. The law offices of Chip Forstall is here to help you for personal injury cases and automobile accident cases. Call 504-483-3400 for personal injury automobile cases. Free consultation. 504-483-3400. www.chipforstall.com. The law offices of Chip Forstall. We take care of it all.
Wait till you see her new living room. She got everything at Lazy Boy.
What does she do about 6 recliners?
Hey, hi girl. Hey, come on in. It's the Veterans Day sale at Lazy Boy. For a limited time, get hot buy recliners starting from $3.99 and get 30% off plus 0% interest until January 2023.
And this all came from Lazy Boy?
Yep. Lazy Boy Furniture Galleries. Live life comfortably.
A federal judge rules 2 alleged pedophile priests can be deposed despite the Archdiocese of New Orleans' ongoing bankruptcy case.
Both Lawrence Hecker and Paul Calamari were on the church's 2018 list of clergy credibly accused of child sex abuse. They were also named in civil lawsuits against the Archdiocese of New Orleans, in which alleged victims said the former priests abused them decades ago. According to federal court documents, those cases were entangled in contentious discovery at the time of the Archdiocese's bankruptcy filing. That discovery came to a halt when the cases were moved to federal court as part of the Chapter 11 proceedings.
But attorneys for the alleged church sex abuse victims told the federal court they, quote, fear that due to Calamari and Hecker's advanced age, they may pass away prior to the resolution of the Archdiocese bankruptcy case, thereby depriving the sexual abuse survivors of a critical step towards closure. A federal judge ruled this week that limited written discovery and depositions of the priests may proceed. Earlier this year, in a rare interview, Fox 8's Kimberly Kurth tracked down Lawrence Hecker, the former priest accused of being a serial pedophile who alleged sexually abused children.
We're trying to get in touch with you about new court filings that allege you are a serial predator. Do you have any response to that?
No comment.
Do you continue to receive financial support from the Archdiocese of New Orleans?
No comment.
And can you tell us, did you sexually assault children?
No comment.
Do you have any comment?
No. Goodbye.
Calamari was removed from ministry in 2003. Hecker was removed in 2002. The Archdiocese of New Orleans says it does not comment on pending litigation. 1 week after Hurricane Zeta slammed the Gulf Coast, people in Mississippi are on the slow road to recovery.
Lined the Bay St. Louis harbor after the 9-foot storm surge. In town, Zeta damaged dozens of roofs and caused extensive damage to nearby apartments as some residents are still picking up the pieces.
And unfortunately got smacked by a big oak tree and like everything else around here, with the roof damage.
Some officials say building codes put in place since Katrina prevented more extensive damage. Zeta claimed 2 lives in Mississippi, including a man who died near the Broadwater Marine.
Louisiana's insurance commissioner says you can expect to pay anywhere from 5 to 10% more for your home insurance next year. Jim Donlan says the average homeowner can expect to pay at least an extra $300. That's because hurricanes Laura, Delta, and Zeta left behind at least $12.5 billion in damages in the state.
And it's not just homeowners insurance going up. Some Louisiana residents may notice a new fee added to their energy bill. The company will add a storm restoration fee to help cover the expenses that go into cleanup and power restoration efforts. Entergy hasn't decided the total amount of that fee yet. The company is also exploring other options to try to minimize the effects on customers' bills.
Now, your Weather Authority forecast from David Bernard.
Let's go right to the NOLAweekend.com forecast. Tomorrow, sun and clouds and 76. Not a bad day. You know, I don't know if we're going to see a lot of rain on Saturday, but the closer you are to the coast, the higher the chance will be. North of the lake, very low chances, but breezy and a few showers and a nice breeze, gusty at times on Sunday, and 74. During the day tomorrow, starting off in the 60s south of the lake, some 50s north, about 76 in the afternoon. Lots of sun, and again, just a couple of clouds. I think tomorrow's dry, maybe a stray shower at the coast. This is Depression Eta that's just off the coast of Belize tonight. It's a very weak circulation. It's drifting north at 8, but it's going to quickly turn to the northeast during the day tomorrow and become a tropical storm again. So here it is near the Cayman Islands south of Cuba on Saturday, and then a sharp turn back to the north and northwest on Sunday into early next week. And you look at that picture, you're thinking, my goodness, another cone pointing towards southeast Louisiana. But remember, the cone just tells us where the center is going to be. It does not say anything about where the storm is going to go. Right now, I'm not worried about this, and you shouldn't be either. Now, South Florida showed, look at Miami to Key West. This is up to 10 inches of rain over the next 5 days as Eta goes by to their south and their west. And look at the water temperatures, 85 degrees in the Caribbean, plenty warm for Eta to strengthen over the next 48 hours. And even in the southeast Gulf, it's still 80 to 84. Now, if the storm did meander up in the northeastern Gulf, water temperatures are below 80, and a slow-moving storm would mean it would be weak. Gulf storms in November since 1850, it hardly ever happens. And look where it doesn't happen. In the western Gulf, the closest one ever came was Ida in 2009. It was briefly a Category 1 off the mouth of the river. It was a subtropical-like system, and all the weather was to the east. And Gene was a depression that died out in 1980. So climate is on our side as far as Eta goes. But nevertheless, we'll continue to watch it. We've got some warmer than normal weather coming next week. Notice the next few days, low and mid 70s, which is near our average. But we're going to be near 80 early next week, and maybe even low 80s by Wednesday and Thursday. And going into the mid part of the month, look at all the warmth expected over the eastern 2/3 of the country. We may get a switch by the end of the month when we get close to Thanksgiving, but we got a little warm spell coming along. This is tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Little disturbance kind of going by here in our easterly wind. Might be a coastal shower, so we'll say sun at times, but most of us are going to be dry. And then on Saturday, you know, we were thinking we might have a better chance of passing showers, but our models aren't indicating much tonight, and that could be because Eta is getting stronger to our southeast, and that may pull in some drier air. On Sunday, there's Eta near South Florida causing a mess there, but we should be dry with a nice breeze on Sunday, maybe even a little gusty at times. Whatever rain we get on Saturday, again, highest chances will be right at the coast, farther north and west, under half an inch of rain, so just spotty amounts. We'll say 50% on Saturday.